Hello, my name is Amanda Hendricks, and I'm the Lead Procurement Account Executive in the Department of General Services Office of State Procurement. I'm going to be walking you through the Email and Marketplace Advantage, known as EMA, Quick Reference Guide, or QRG, for analyzing vendor responses in EMA. All of the QRGs for the EMA system can be found at procurement.maryland.gov/EMA-QRGs. This QRG has been created for procurement officers and buyers who need to review and analyze vendor responses in EMA. Please note that you can only open sealed vendor responses after the due date has passed. Step 1 of the QRG on how to analyze vendor responses in EMA instructs you to log into EMA and type in your username and password. You more than likely have single sign-on capabilities in the live EMA production. However, we are using the training environment for this video, so single sign-on is not an option. Reminder that for best results, you should access EMA via Google Chrome. For step 2 of the QRG, once you're logged in from the home screen, go to the top of the screen, select Sourcing, and select Browse Sourcing Projects. The list that appears contains all of the sourcing projects where you are the responsible party. Step 3 of the QRG instructs you to use the search fields and filters to find the sourcing project that you are ready to review and analyze vendor responses for on EMA. You will then select the project you want by clicking on the pencil icon, project ID number, or project title to access your project. For this example, my project is titled Artscape Security Canine Detail. So if I type that in, and click on the title, it brings up my project. Step 4 of the QRG navigates you to the Prepare Solicitation tab on the left side panel. Step 5 of the QRG tells us to click on the gold Open Sealed Responses button at the top of the project page. Click OK in the confirmation box that pops up, and you now have opened your responses, and you can see there's a box on the front that says sealed responses were now unsealed as of 12/31 at 2:19 by Amanda Hendricks. So it lets you keep track of who opened it and when. It is important to note that this button that we just clicked on was only displayed after the solicitation due date and time has passed, so you can't accidentally open your responses before they were due. And it's also important to note that once you click on the Open Sealed Responses button, you cannot reopen the solicitation or create an amendment to extend it. It is now done. Per step 6, we are going to click on the Analyze and Award tab on the left-hand side panel to display the responses that we've received. You may have to scroll down on your screen, but you will see that we received 2 responses for this project, one from Smoochies, Poochies, Grooming and Dog Services, and one from Duct Tape Professionals. And this screen shows you not only who submitted, but how many responses they may have provided, the pricing progress and question progress when they submitted it, the total value, and once you make a decision about who you want to award to, the intended awardee decision will also show up here. So step 7 is listed as optional in the QRG, but it tells us that we can click on the response number under the label column to view the details for that response. So I click on response 1 for Smoochies Poochies. It shows you what the vendor submitted. So they uploaded a document called Bid Document 2. This is where the title of their response will be and if they wrote any additional information there. It shows you the questionnaire. We had asked a couple of questions, and it shows you their questions that you asked and the answers they provided. And it also shows you their pricing grid. So it shows you the individual prices that they provided for each item. So you can hit X to X out of that, and you can see that you can click on that for every single vendor. Now, step 8 says to click the checkboxes to the left of the column titles to select all of the responding vendors. So this button right here. Or you can click the individual checkboxes to the left of the vendor names to select one or several specific vendors. Once you select one or more vendors, these 3 buttons here become available to select, and they are download selected responses, compare quotes by item, and compare questionnaire responses. We're going to go through each one of these briefly so you can see what they look like, starting with downloading the selected responses. So I'm going to leave both vendors selected for all 3 of these buttons. But you may not select a vendor if you know up front that they're not qualified for something. So you'll notice once I clicked on this button, a zip drive of the selected vendor responses opened up. When I click on that, it opens a window and it created a subfolder for each vendor. If I double click on one of them, every single document that that vendor uploaded in response to your solicitation will be in this folder. So in this situation, this vendor uploaded 1 document, and I can go into this one, and they also uploaded 1 document. It's important to note that their price grids are not pulled over, only uploaded documents. The price grids are in the Emma system itself, so that is not an uploaded document. But here you can download your document, and then review it for responsiveness and responsibility. So this is where the bulk of your actual review and analysis of your contract will take place. The next button, which is compare quotes by item, opens an item comparison window. The responses field right here shows the vendor names associated with the response selections that you made in step 8. So since I only have 2 vendors, but I selected both of them, they're both listed here. If I decided I didn't want to compare both of them and only look at one of them, I could click an X to remove them from my list. You can click the item field to select an item for comparison, and we had 2 items. One was pool collars, size medium, and Fido water station. So if I wanted to look at the pricing for the pool collars, I would select that item, hit compare responses, and it would show me the item code, label, detailed description, and commodity code, which is what I had put in myself, and the quantity. And then it shows me, I thought I'd put in a target price of $20 for this collar. Duct Tape Professional said it would cost them $18, and Smoochies Poochies said it would cost them $10. So this shows me how much for each item, the comparison between all of the items. And obviously, the more information you put into your price grid, the more information is available here for you to look at. And you can do that with every single line item. The final button, Compare Questionnaire Responses, opens a new window as well. And this, again, under responses are the vendors that you selected in the beginning. This scored button here is if you had made your questionnaire questions have scoring to them. We did not do that in this situation, so I am not going to click that button, because if I do and I search, it's not going to pull up anything. But you can see here the question, how many dog handlers will you need? And Duct Tape Professional said 1 per each dog. Smoochies Poochies just said 45. And then how many years have you been in business? And Duct Tape has been in business for 40 and Smoochies for 30. So this just gives you the ability to see and compare these items directly. And you can get out of it by clicking the X in that top corner. So thank you for watching this video and learning how to analyze vendor responses in Emma. If you run into any problems, you can rewatch this video, read through the QRGs, or reach out to emma.helpdesk@maryland.gov for assistance. Thanks, and have a great day.